Good morning, everybody, and welcome once again for another Friday here. We're coming to you live from New York City, and it's right here. It's called the Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan. Thank you so much for being along with us. We are going to be with you for the next hour. And of course, as you already know, we're here every Friday between these hours, between 10 and 11, and we bring you the coffee hour. We come along, and we have a lot of fun. We engage you in conversation. And coming up in the show later on, we're going to have some features for you. We got Brian Camp coming up this hour. As a matter of fact, in a few minutes from now, he's going to come in a little bit early with the latest developments in today's world of sports. We'll be talking to him about sports. And of course, I want to talk about the Super Bowl and everything that goes along with it. And coming up, 20 to the hour, DJ Pete will be here. Of course, he will be here with great entertainment news and reciting all of those birthdays, all of the people of notoriety who are celebrating birthdays this week. And hopefully, maybe you're celebrating a birthday. We'll acknowledge you. Now, we want you to engage in conversation with us. If you'd like to talk to us, please be free. Type in, get it going. I'll see you right there on the big screen, and we'll entertain all your questions, your thoughts, your ideas, and all of your comments, whatever it is that you want to talk about, even if you just want to say hello. Or if you just want to sit there idle, that's okay too, as long as you're there, and whatever time you could spend with us, we really would appreciate it, even if you can't spend it for the whole entire hour. We would like you to be here anyway. Now, those of you may be working right now, you may be in your office and you're getting that, what they call the 15-minute break, the 15-minute coffee break, right? And if you're taking that 15-minute coffee break, let me suggest to you that you stay at your desk, take that coffee break there and watch the show at the same time, right? You can do that. And when you take that coffee break, sit there, and then when the coffee break is over, you're going to want to, at the same time, stay there. And you can stay there and multitask at the same time. It's all right there. So we thank you so much for being along with us for this great day. I can't believe it. It's just, time has just gone so fast with us, but we are so glad to have you aboard with us. So ladies and gentlemen, why don't we raise our glasses, our cups, and our everything, and say salute and excuse me while I shoot up. That's piping hot. That's piping hot. I like it. I love coffee that way. If you're watching us on Facebook, of course, what you want to do, you want to tag your friends. If you're watching us on Facebook, tag your friends. We really appreciate that you did that, because what we want to do is make sure that they're on and that they are going to be with you for the whole hour. Because when you tag your friends, we can get more viewers that way. And we'll be happy to have them aboard with us. So do that. That would be great. In the meantime, we want you also to, if you're watching us on YouTube, this is another outlet we're on YouTube as well. Now on YouTube, all you have to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's a great thing to do, because when you watch us on YouTube and you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you can always be informed whenever we post something, like when we come on the air here, or when we post some kind of video or anything like that, you'll be informed. You'll be right there. And we thank all of you guys who are watching us on Instagram. Thank you so much for being along with us too. And it's going to be a fun ride today, so stay with us. We've got a lot to talk about. Time right now is 4 minutes past the hour. It's 4 minutes past the hour of whatever time you're in. Here in New York, it's after 10 o'clock. But whatever time you're in, it's 4 minutes past the hour. We're looking forward to a long weekend. It's going to be a long weekend, right? Because what we're celebrating is we're going to be celebrating the President's Day, right? Right? You didn't remember that, did you? Okay, so that you know, in case you don't have to go to work on that day, we don't want you to go to work and find out that you don't have to be there. All right. So President's Day is on Monday, so we have a real big long weekend. So we'll be talking about that and other things. If you're going to chime in conversation, we really would appreciate that. And when you do, give us your weather report, just in case you're from another town or another city or another country. Give us your weather report. That's something that you don't really have to do, but we ask you to do that because we want to find out what's happening as far as weather is concerned in your area. Don't worry if you're from New York. I'll take care of all of that. We'll take care of all of that. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to have the honors of coming in, and Brian Camp is going to come along because, you know, as you already know, he's here every week at this time. And he brings you the latest developments in today's world of sports and sports update. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. So just stay with us and we'll see what's happening. We'll see what's happening. I think I might have him up there on the screen right now. There he is, right there. Right there, as I told you, he would promised you he would be here, and there he is. Brian, how's it going?
Good morning to you, and good morning to everybody out there that's on Zoom and Facebook and Instagram and wherever else you are. I greet you. Good morning.
I told you I wouldn't. I told you I made my promise to you that we would get it together, and here you are.
Well, your word is always gold, so I had no doubt, David. Yeah. Well, I knew that I knew that everybody would just would be here and you see me personally. Hello, everybody. I'm waving to you. Hello, hello, hello. But let me get right to the sports. You know, I'm got to be pulled away for meetings and everything. As you know, the Olympics is going on, but you know, there's some controversy going on. As you remember last summer, Sha'Carri Richardson was a sprinter. She was tested positive for marijuana in the midst of her death of her father, and she said she needed that for just to get through the death of her father. And now this was in Tokyo. Now fast forward to the Winter Olympics here in Beijing, China. Russian skater Camelia Valvia, she failed her drug test with a heart drug and 2 other drugs, but one of them tested positive of the drug. Now, but the controversy is that, well, why is that Richardson had to not participate anymore and the Russian skater still can? Well, according to what happened is that last week it was revealed that the Russian skater tested positive for a drug called trimetazidine in December. I'm just giving it a shot. It's the best I could do. Which did not come up until last week. Now, after she helped the Russian Olympic Committee win a team gold, but the International Court of Arbitration of the Sport, an independent institution that settles sports-related legal disputes, has ruled that Valavia may still compete in the women's figure skating competition on Tuesday and Thursday while her case is being reviewed. So even though she tested positive, they still determine whether or not she can participate. This is a big thing that's going on between the 2 Olympians from last year and for this year, saying why can one participate and the other cannot. So let's stay tuned. Major League Baseball, the New York Mets are bringing back Old Timers Day. Remember that Old Timers Day where you bring back the greats, where they just play a couple of innings and just to showcase, they just running up around the bases. It takes them forever around the bases. They only play 3 innings. Well, it's coming back at Citi Field for the Mets. The last time they had it was in 1994. The team announced it on Tuesday. It will host a game at Citi Field against the Colorado Rockies on August 27th. That's if the 2 sides, Major League Baseball Players Association and the owners, could come together on agreement for a collective bargain agreement. Now, they met yesterday, but they only met for 15 minutes and they left. Now they're scheduled for meetings for next week. Hopefully they could get this thing going. We want to see baseball. Before you know, it's around the corner. Football just ended. And speaking of football, congratulations to the LA Rams for winning the Super Bowl 23-20 and Super Bowl 56. It was great to see new teams, I guess, to be participating. And congratulations to the Rams. Speaking about football, the first Black female U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch was hired to defend former coach Brian Flores. As you remember, Brian Flores was not given, he was fired from the Miami Dolphins and was interviewed by other teams, but he felt that it was a racial discrimination because his former boss, the owner of the Miami Dolphins, wanted him to tank games, to lose games on purposely. In fact, offered $100,000 per game for each loss. Now, that's set up for failure. You're gonna lose if you paying your coach to lose games and to get higher draft picks. What does that tell you? That means you're not into the winning business. And so he's filing a lawsuit. Let's see what's going to happen coming soon, but it doesn't look good at all. History was made last night in the National Hockey League. Yes, JT Brown and Everett Fitzhugh are about to make history, which they did last night. The duo is was set to host the first ever Black television broadcast, taking place when the Seattle Kraken faced off against the Winnipeg Jets last night. Now, Fitzhugh is the usual Kraken's radio play-by-play announcer and will be joining Brown as a regular Kraken analyst on the TV side. Seattle's regular TV play-by-play voice, John Forslern, will be working on a different network that created an opportunity for Fitzhugh and Brown to collaborate in a truly meaningful way. So history was made last night. We announced this in progress last night on last night's show, and it was great. I've never been in the midst of history being making as we was live, and it was the first time. Didn't see the whole game, but it was great to see this happening, a historical event that occurred. The NBA is honoring the 75th anniversary team doing halftime ceremony at the All-Star game this Sunday. The official list of players have not been announced yet. There will be 61 living members, 61 that's still alive, among the players selected to the 75th team. R&B singer Usher, director Spike Lee, and actors Tiffany Haddish and Anthony Anderson will narrate the ceremony, which will conclude the Grammy Award group Earth, Wind & Fire performing their hit song, Shining Star. Four-time Grammy winner Rylan James will perform the national anthem for Canada. He's a native there, and Macy Gray and an Ohio native will sing the national anthem. Now Gray is he's a native of Ohio, which the game will be in Cleveland. So it makes sense to have that there and to have native Ohio person there to sing the national anthem where the game is in Ohio. And it's great to have another person, because whenever you do a sporting event, you gotta have the national anthem and the Canadian anthem being played, because you have Canadians and Americans playing in American sport. So out of respect, that's what you have to have. So there you have it. This thing in sports. 1909, Boston Red Sox trade Cy Young. Remember Cy Young? Cy Young? I don't remember Cy Young, but Cy Young has an award named after him for being the best pitcher of the year. That's given out every year. Well, he was traded at the age of 41 to the Cleveland Naps, not the Cleveland Indians or the Cleveland new team that they have, but the Cleveland Naps. 1951. Oh, this is something. Three City College, the school of New York basketball players admit to accepting bribes. Wow. 1960, Walter O'Malley, LA Dodger owner, purchased Chavez Ravine for $494,000. That's the stadium of the Dodgers that was built right before the Dodgers moved from Brooklyn to LA. And they're still there. It's a beautiful stadium. I never met many, but I spoke to many people and they said it's beautiful. 1981, 20-year-old Edmonton center Wayne Gretzky became the first NHL player in history to score 5 career hat tricks before the age of 21. What is a hat trick? A hat trick is when you score 3 goals in one game in hockey. That's a hat trick. Always remember that. A hat trick is 3 goals in one game. And he was the first one to do this at the age of 21. 1986, San Antonio Spurs, Alvin Robinson scored NBA's second quadruple double. What's a quadruple double? It's like a triple double. A quadruple double is when you get 4 of the categories in double digits, and that's considered a quadruple double. He scored 20 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 steals. That's amazing. And in 2007, the 56 All-Star game, Kobe Bryant wins the MVP as the West defeated the East 153-132. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports.
Talking about making history, as you said earlier. Van Johnson was his name from the Rams. Did I get the last name right?
From the Rams? No, that's not. Van Johnson is the guy that works for CNN, I think.
No.
Oh, that's Van Jones. I'm sorry.
Van Jones. No, was it? No. That CNN is Van Jones. Talking about football player from the Rams. I think that's his name. Johnson. Isn't it? Unless I got the last name wrong. You got
Odell Beckham. You got Arnold. You got no, I don't think there's a Van Johnson.
Yes, it is. I saw him this morning on TV. He won the Super Bowl. He got his ring. And anyway, any event, making history, he won the Super Bowl and his wife had a baby within about 2 hours after that.
Okay. That's okay. I don't think his name is Van Johnson. It's another. Yes, he's a wide receiver.
Yeah, he's a wide receiver. Yes. The name escapes me, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, he and his wife was at the game, sitting in the stands.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, she wouldn't tell labor. Wouldn't tell him.
And she wouldn't tell him because that's what most wives do. They don't want to interrupt their husbands, especially for a Super Bowl.
Right.
Now, if it was a regular season game or maybe even a playoff game, they would probably say, "I want you there." But yes, that was amazing. During the Super Bowl, I'm glad that she did that. I know that he probably would have had mixed reactions about that. You always want to see your child being born, but it was an amazing story. Yes.
No, he didn't make it in time to see his child being born. But the most important thing, the child came out healthy, and he calls his son, his new baby boy, the MVP.
There you go, most valuable player. Very good. Yes.
It was great to see that because I saw it I was watching CNN this morning. Yes, I watched CNN for a while, and I saw he was on there this morning. But that was great. It was a great game.
It was great. Yes.
Okay, Brian, I know you got to go, but I told you to hook this up, and I think we got it together now. So I will see you back here next week, hopefully.
Everybody had enjoyed the weekend. Pete and everybody who else is out there, Naoto, enjoy the weekend. Be safe and still wear your mask.
Oh, it's gonna be a long weekend too.
Yes.
It's gonna be a long. Okay. Take care. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Brian Camp. With the latest developments in today's world of sports. He's always here every week. And of course, he's always here. He's always here. And he gives you the sports every week. And of course, we always appreciate that. And that was part of our 2020 feature. He did his early today because he had to move along. And I like to be flexible on the show. Sometimes my guys have to take off and they can't be here, and they will leave me information for their segments, and I will do it. I will take the liberty of doing it as well. DJ Pete is here. I know for a fact because I see him. He got in here before I did. I like that. Anyway, he, of course, he chimed in on Facebook. So he says good morning to Brian as well, and to everyone who's watching. And those of you who are watching, we thank you so much. If you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan, and I will be with you for the balance of the hour. It's 20 minutes past the hour right now. We'll be here to the top of the hour and getting ready for a nice long weekend. It's President's Day, and I remember President's Day wasn't always like the President's Day it was before, because it was never really President's Day. If you remember, you go back in time, they celebrated each president that was born in February, which was Abraham Lincoln on the 16th, which was, by the way, 2 days ago, and George Washington, whose birthday will be on the 22nd. And they always celebrated those birthdays separately, no matter what day it came on. If you were in school or if you were at work, you had the day off. It was always on the 16th. It was always on the 22nd. All right, and of course they don't take holidays on those days anymore, unless it's one of those major holidays like Christmas or maybe Thanksgiving or something like that. But most of the holidays that are celebrated, that are approved, they always fall on a Monday. Like King's birthday falls on a Monday, even though his birthday is on January 15th. It falls on a Monday, and that's when we celebrate. That's what they call the observant day. So no longer do we celebrate separately, and God forbid, if Lincoln or Washington's birthday fell on a Sunday, you were totally out of luck. You didn't, unless of course you worked on a Sunday and let you have the day off or what, But traditionally, it all fell. If it was during the week, you got those days off. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for this Friday here on the Coffee Hour. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, excuse me while I shoot up. Oh boy. Always delicious. I'm always glad to have you aboard with us. And those of you who are going to conversate with us, please, we really would appreciate it. We don't mind. We would love to do that. And one other thing that I wanted to do is talk about the weather. All right, I want to talk about that weather because we do have a weather forecast that we're going to talk about. And since we have a long weekend, we're going to go right through the whole entire weekend of what's happening with the weather. So what we have now, as we look, we have 39 degrees. That's what we have right now. It's 39 degrees right now. And I got to tell you guys, the weekend doesn't look bad at all here in New York. But let me tell you how it is, all right? It gets better. It's all right during the weekend, but let me tell you, once the weekend is over, it kind of goes downhill. But we don't have to worry about that because everything is subject to change anyway as it go along. Okay, here's our weather forecast for today. It's Friday, and we've got some clouds this morning. It will give way to generally sunny skies. By the afternoon, we'll have high temperatures 42 degrees, and winds will be northwest at 15 to 20 miles per hour or 25 miles per hour. Winds could be occasionally gusty over 40 miles per hour. Tonight will be clear skies. We have low 27 degrees. Winds will be west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Saturday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. So that's not bad. It's not going to be wet. We'll have a high 42 degrees. Winds will be west-southwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Winds could occasionally gust again over 40 miles per hour. So a little windy out there. So hold on to your hats and your toupees or whatever. Okay. Saturday night will be clear skies, low 22 degrees. And we have winds west-northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. And winds could occasionally gust again over 40 miles per hour. So it's going to be a gusty Saturday, gusty day right throughout the weekend almost. Sunday, if you're going to go to church in the morning, you can look forward to this abundance of sunshine. Leave the umbrella home, all right? We'll have a high 38 degrees. Winds will be southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour, so the winds taper down, and it'll be a great Sunday to go out there and enjoy. For Sunday night, clear skies, low 31 degrees, wind southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And as we go through our holiday, we end off the weekend on a Monday. We have Monday off, right? So this is how it looks for Monday. Mostly sunny skies. We'll have a high 51 degrees. Winds will be south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And so there you have that weather forecast. And, after that day, the weather for the rest of the week kind of goes downhill. I'm sorry to say. But hey, it's a good weekend for New York City, all right? It's 39 degrees right now as we speak. And those of you who are watching us, of course, we want you to stay with us. And please give us your weather forecast when you come in. If you happen to want to come in and you want to conversate, we would love to hear from you. We would love to talk to you. We would love to acknowledge you and give us your weather forecast. DJ Pete didn't give his, but I'm pretty sure maybe he can kind of give it to us when he comes in 20 after the hour, 20 to the hour, I should say. It's 25 minutes and a half after the hour right now here on the Coffee Hour. Well, as you already know, we always talk about getting vaccinated, right? We didn't mention that today, but wait, give me a chance to shoot up a bit, okay? You know, we have this variant going on. You know that. You already know. I don't have to tell you about that. And everybody's getting tired of it. I am tired of it. Frankly, I am tired of wearing a mask. I'm tired of social distancing. I'm tired of all of that. We're all tired of it. We've had it. We want it to be over. And so for all of that to be over, we must cooperate with each other and protect each other and continue to wear those masks that we don't like, and continue to social distance we don't like, and cooperate with everyone else. If you're going to ride transit, of course, you want to wear your mask, you know, have the respect of others. If you're going to jump into an elevator with other people who are wearing masks and you think, and you're the only one that don't want to wear a mask, then I couldn't blame a person say, no, we're not going to want to have you in this elevator. We don't want you here. Catch the next elevator. Don't get angry because it's not personal. It's business, as they say, as the wise guys say. Anyway, getting back to all of that conversation, if, of course, you need to be vaccinated, you know, we have 3 on the market, right? We have the Pfizer, we have the Moderna, and we have the J&J, which is Johnson & Johnson. Now, Pfizer and Moderna, as you already know, those are 2-shot vaccination that will give you full vaccination status. And of course, 6 months after that, you ought to get vaccinated. After your 2nd shot, you ought to get vaccinated or revaccinated for the booster, right? That would be the 3rd shot. If you're taking J&J, of course, that's a 1-shot deal, right? That will put you fully vaccinated, but you have to be boosted, right? You should be boosted. And that's another shot 2 months after the initial shot. Now, I couldn't understand why anyone wouldn't want to do that, to protect your loved ones, your family, your friends, especially if you live in a house with a lot of people there and you want to protect each other. That's the key, to protect each other. And whenever you walk down the street and you're wearing a mask, or you're in a public place, you're wearing a mask, you're doing the right thing because you're protecting other people that are in that place with you. You know, you want to make sure that you want to protect other people's space. Now, I understand that some people do not want to wear masks or do not want to get vaccinated. Listen, that's a choice that you make. And no one disputes that, because that's what this country is all about. It's democracy, right? You get the right to choose however you choose. But that doesn't mean you can't respect the rights of others who agree that they should be vaccinated or agree that they should wear a mask in a public place. And if you can't do that, then why bother to be there in the first place, all right? Because anyway, a lot of people are checking, except for maybe New York now and other places, the mandate of wearing a mask indoors, you know, they took that out, but there are certain places still, even in New York, because New York, I got to tell you something. You don't know New York. Let me tell you about New York. We're very cautious about a lot of things, all right? No matter what we do, we're cautious. We keep our eyes open and our ears open, and we observe. That's New Yorkers do that. I got to give it to them. They do that. And so the point is that when you go and you want to get vaccinated, you want to make sure that you do that and make sure that you respect the rights of others. You go into stores or places, even though the mandate is off here in New York about wearing masks in public places, there are still places where they still want to check your status, whether or not you were vaccinated. And your status would be that card that you get when you get vaccinated, right? You have to show that in certain places that you go, they'll ask for that. That's what their deal is, and they have the right to do that. As owners of merchants, they have the right to do that. So they show you, they want to ask you. And a lot of people, let me give you an advice. You don't want to carry that card around because that card is oversized. That card is not wallet size. So you can't stick it unless you fold it, and you don't want that. You want to keep it in mint condition. So my advice to you is do what everybody is doing. And I see everyone doing it. They're taking a picture of their card, and they crop it to a nice size and keep it in there as a picture. So whenever you know that you have to go in there or someone asks you, let me see your proof of vaccination. All you have to do is open your phone. It's right there, as simple as that. And then you could leave your card home. You could leave it in a box where no one can get it, lock it up, and just keep it in mint condition. A lot of people are doing that. So please, ladies and gentlemen, don't get angry if anyone asks you for your card, ask you for your proof of vaccination. They're only trying to protect their business and protect themselves and protect people around them. And I think that's a good thing. I have no problem showing my proof of vaccination. No problem at all. I don't feel that I'm being violated. I don't feel like people are telling me what to do because I get vaccinated. I only know that I use common sense. I say, hey, you know something? If that works for me, if this vaccine works for me, then I'm taking it. You know, and when you get my age, you want to do all the things you can do to stay alive and stay healthy as long as you can, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I just advise you to do that. Now, a lot of people are younger and say, oh, you know, nothing could happen to me. I'm 21 years old, nothing can touch me. And you know something, I got to tell you something. I used to say that when I was a kid, when I was in my 20s, when I was a 21-year-old kid, just bumping around and doing the town. I said, nothing can touch me. I can't get sick. Nothing can touch me. I'm going to live forever. We had that attitude. Kids have that attitude when they're that young. But in reality of it all, you can get sick and you can pass the virus on to someone else, even if you think you may not have it. All right. So here's what you do. If you feel sick or anything like that, get tested. They have now these home tests these home kits that you can test at home. They have these places here in New York, and I'm pretty sure maybe different places in different areas, maybe where you live, where they have on the street corners, they have these tents that they build up, right? And you can go there, the people are right there ready to test you if you need it. And you don't have to wait on the long lines like they used to. The lines are short now. You know, you don't have to wait that long. I see a lot of people just waiting, and in a lot of cases, people they're sitting in their tents, twiddling their thumbs, waiting for people to come around. But they eventually come around, but they don't have to work as hard as they used to, right? They're there to answer your questions too. Even if you don't want to get tested, they're there to ask you the questions about the test. If you have a question about the test or about the virus or anything like that, they can help you out. That's what they're there for. So I have a number, of course, you know, I always have this number with me that I give to you guys. And if you're watching me on Facebook, you look up under my picture, you see all of that information there. Well, in that information area right there, you could see that there's a what they call a COVID-19 test. And next to it is a telephone number, which is 718-638-7682. That's 718-638-7682. Now that number will get you places. It's a local number in New York, but I couldn't imagine, even if you're from out of town somewhere, you call it, they can give you some kind of information, give you information on where to go to get tested, where to go to get vaccinated, who to see, whatever. You know, they have that information for you, and you can talk to someone live. You can talk to someone live. But for the better part, you can go online, Google, find out the nearest outlet where you are to get tested or get vaccinated. You know, like I said, there's not a place you can go that don't have these outlets. They're all over the place, all over the place. And I can safely say in your area, they're all over the place. You just have to find it. All you have to do is just Google, find out nearest you, where it is, go there, get vaccinated. If you want to get vaccinated, of course, you could choose your own particular vaccine, whether it's Pfizer, Moderna, or J&J. They're all good. But just keep in mind that the two that requires 2 shots for fully vaccination status would be Moderna or Pfizer. And then, of course, 6 months after you take that shot, then, of course, you're going to want to take a booster. Now, for the J&J, the Johnson & Johnson, you take 1 shot, you're fully vaccinated. 2 months after that, you should get a booster, and you'll be good. So anyway, you can call that number, 718-638-7682, and for more information. Now, we talked about Moderna. Those of you who take the Moderna shot, okay, let me tell you about that. Moderna. This is another local thing. New York here. This is for New Yorkers, because I couldn't imagine anyone flying out of Las Vegas to New York just to handle this, because you got your own places over there where you live. But this is for New Yorkers because I just happen to have the information. Moderna boosters and COVID-19 PCR testing is now available at the following stations. And when I say stations, these are train stations. Times Square, 42nd Street Passageway between the Lexington Avenue line and the Lexington Avenue, Lexington and Grand Central shuttle. That's Monday through Sunday between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. And of course, the Grand Central Terminal street level, 89 East 42nd Street, Monday through Sunday from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. And the good news, again, no appointment is necessary. Isn't that good news? If you happen to be in that area, just drop right by. I pass that place every time on my way to the urban space where we used to do the broadcast from there. I just go there, have my coffee. I pass there all the time. There you can see there are a lot of tents in the street. There are a lot of available places to go. So please do that. Now, let me give you a website. I have to give you information because things are subject to change. People move around, things change, hours change. I just gave you the hours, but I also want to give you the website for that because they could be updates. So the website is MTA info. That's new, new.mta.info/vax. You got that? That's new, new.mta.info/vax. Go to that website. Keep that website locally. You guys, you local people in New York, keep that website with you. And check it every now and then because there may be a change. Because you don't want to go there and find the place gone and not realizing, hey, you know, I didn't check the website. Maybe they're someplace else I can check out, but they're usually in that vicinity and you can check it out. So do that. It's very important. Very important. So let's stay healthy, let's stay cool, and let's enjoy. And speaking of enjoying, later on in the program, I've got those picks of the week. Those picks of the week, all of those picks of the week of the movies on Turner Classic that you people love so much. I know you love them, Turner Classic Movies, right? Because I got all my picks. And that's coming along. I have those. And just in case, you know, it's a long weekend, right? So you want to see the movies on what's happening with that? Okay, I have them for you. That's all coming up right here. Okay, DJ Pete is in the house, and of course, he gave us a good morning. Also, he gave us a weather forecast, so the rest of you can do the same thing too. We would love to know if you're in New York. Don't worry about it. I just covered that already. Maybe from Chicago. I would love to hear what's happening in Florida and Vegas, as if I didn't know. All right. Okay, Pete's weather is in Portland, Maine, here in the USA. A mix of clouds and temperatures will be 48 degrees. And it's going down to 34 tonight, and winds will be out of the northwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Now, we're going to be gusty over here too, Pete. We're going to be gusty over here too. So it's fascinating. It's fascinating. But yeah, that's the deal. That's the deal. That's the deal. So we'll keep things in mind and keep things going. And keep things running, as they say, It's all rolling along right here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan, and we're going to be with. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan. Let me see that feedback. Okay. Okay, so that's it. Okay, we took care of it. Okay, so let's go to DJ Pete. DJ Pete is in the house with us, and DJ Pete, he has information. DJ Pete, are you there? How's it going? Is he there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, trying to get my video going here, but
yeah,
it doesn't seem to be working yet. So hey folks, good morning to everyone out there on the coffee hour. Let's see, I got about 5 or 6 names for this week of people in music history and other stuff here. We're going to start with Ernest Jennings Ford, also known as Tennessee Ernie Ford, born this week, February 13th, 1919. He was a American singer, television host in the country and western, pop, gospel music genres. He had a rich, deep bass and baritone voice. Some of his famous hit tunes, Shotgun Boogie and 16 Tons. He also made a few television appearances in the I Love Lucy TV show for a while.
Pete, you can get your own video up there, can't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to switch to it, but nothing's happening right now.
Because I can see that you can do it. And I think you did. Did you?
No, not yet. What's that do? No. Yeah, it's something's wrong on my end here with the computer.
Okay.
So we'll get that fixed hopefully for next time.
Has to start video. Okay, let me see. Okay, we're working on, because I see that you X'd out, and I'm trying to get to your point there.
Yeah. Anyway, so the next birthdays for this week is 2 from the McGuire sisters. Let's see, we have Dorothy McGuire, born February 13th, 1928, and Phyllis Jean McGuire, born February 14th, 1931. Some of their most popular tunes, Sincerely and Sugar Time. They were a vocal group. They had some recordings in the 1940s, but had more success in the 1950s, doing vocal stuff, backing for many other bands and musicians. Let's see, their last performance was on the Ed Sullivan Show, says here. They did perform for 5 presidents of the United States: Richard Nixon, Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, and George Herbert Walker Bush. And had many other special performances over their careers. So that's McGuire sisters Dorothy and Phyllis for this week. Continuing on, William Ballard Doggett, also known as Bill Doggett, born February 16th, 1916, American jazz and rhythm and blues pianist and organist. And some of his famous, most of his stuff was instrumental, honky tonk, hippy dippy, but he did play keyboards with a lot of other famous people: Johnny Otis, Wynonie Harris, Ella Fitzgerald, Louis Jordan, for his music career. Continuing on, we have born February 16th, 1935, Salvatore Philip Bono, also known as Sonny Bono, American singer, actor, and later politician. He had a popular TV show in the 1970s with his second wife Cher, called Sonny and Cher Show. He became mayor of Palm Springs, California from 1988 to 1992, and then a member of the U.S. Congress in 1995 until his death in 1998. So Sonny Bono there, pretty had a really great TV show. If anybody watched it when I was a kid, I saw it a lot, and it was a great show to see.
I never missed the show.
Yeah, same with me. Same with me. It was pretty wild and crazy for its time, but it was fun. It was a good TV show. Next we have Julius Frank Anthony Kaczynski, professionally known as Pee Wee King. February 18th, 1914. He was an American country music singer, songwriter, and recording artist, best known for co-writing on the Tennessee Waltz. He was credited with bringing Musicians Union to the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. And he was one of the first musicians in Nashville to carry a union card and members of his own band to work in the union. He had a lot of great, the Tennessee Waltz was one of his great tunes. Many more here. Pee Wee King, great sound, country western musician there. And then finally, I have William Robinson Jr., also known as Smokey Robinson, born February 19th, 1940, American singer, songwriter, record producer, and record executive director. He was a founder of the frontman, excuse me, of Motown vocal group The Miracles, and he was also their chief songwriter and producer. He retired from the group in 1972 to focus on his role as Motown's vice president. However, returned back to the music industry the following year. And that's what I have this week.
I bet, Pete, if you go down there and look at where it says your camera down at the bottom, I bet you're X'd out there.
Yeah, it is X'd out, and I'm trying to un-X it out, and nothing's happening. So,
I'm willing to believe that's it. And you click onto it and it won't happen?
No, there's some error going on my end here, but hopefully I can get it fixed for next week.
Okay, I hope so. Well, we were looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it because we got to. Anyway, the information. Thanks for the information on that, and I'm glad that you're out here. And I do have some birthdays of my own too, if you care to know.
Sure.
Okay. And while I'm doing it, maybe you could try to fix that camera. Anyway, birthdays today. Okay, fitness instructor, Jillian Michaels. Jillian Michaels, you've seen her on TV. She's 48 today. And rapper Dr. Dre is 57. We just saw him. He did the halftime thing on the Super Bowl, him and Snoop Dogg. He's 57 today. Actor Mac Dillon is 58. John Travolta is 67. Country singer Juice Newton is 70. Singer Randy Crawford, she does a little cool jazz and R&B. She's 70 years old today. Actress Sybil Shepherd is 72. R&B singer Irma Thomas is 81 today. Yoko Ono is 89. Now, the rest of the people that I'm about to announce are no longer with us. Novelist Toni Morrison is 91. She would have been 91. Actor George Kennedy would have been 97. Actor Allan Melvin, 99. Allan Melvin, by the way, he's the guy that played Barney on All in the Family. All right. And author Helen Gurley Brown would have been 100 years old. Game show host Bill Cullen would have been 102 years old. He was the one that hosted The Price is Right. Actor Jack Palance would have been 103, and actor Dane Clark would have been 110. And those are my birthdays for this week. There you go. And you didn't fix that camera, but that's
no, it's not working. It's dead in the water right now. So I apologize. We'll try to get this going for next time here.
Yeah, actually we'll do that. Yeah. Okay, Pete. So what does it look like for next week? You think we'll be back here next week?
I'm pretty sure. I don't see anything on my calendar yet, but you
Yeah.
never know. Something may come up.
How was Boston?
Boston is good. It's still there. I go down every few weeks to work on events. The next time I'm in Boston, I'll be there in March a couple times doing a video recording for some people down there. So
Do
it's
things
gonna be a
still
fun time.
do things still close early in Boston? Because I remember I haven't been in Boston in years, and the last time I was there, things shut down very early over
A
there.
lot of stuff does. I mean, restaurants and bars will stay open late, but the subway and buses like stop running at midnight.
Oh,
so it's been that way since they started the system
yeah.
over 100 years ago, and it's never going to change. The only time they stay open later is I think New Year's Eve until like 2 a.m. But
Everybody stays open. That's no big.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, hey, Boston. You know, if you need any help, I'll come over and I'll bring New York to you. We can keep an all-night thing going for once. Yeah. Boston.
Yeah, we should. We'll do something from Boston. I got some friends down there that like to do streaming, and maybe we can do something together sometime.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Pete. Listen, we'll work on that thing next week, and hope that you'll be here too. Okay.
Okay. Great, Frank.
Day.
Have a good day. And I put in Facebook and Instagram the info for my radio show. Where you can find me. And shout out to Brian and everybody else watching today. And have a good day and weekend.
Take care.
Take care.
That was DJ Pete, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Pete, of course, comes to you each week, and of course, he brings you entertainment news as he always do, and we thank him for that. And DJ Pete, as he posted his information on his show. All right, and we had it here. I'm not sure. I usually read it off. For some reason, I don't have it. I'm gonna have to somehow get it back somewhere. Anyway, he posted there already. So you can check it out. It's always there. And of course, you can check him out. He's on WMPG. I can tell you that he's on WMPG radio. That's his hometown station. And it's right there. If you're watching us on Facebook, if you're watching us on Instagram. And of course, we thank you guys for being there for us. Okay, it's coming up to 7 minutes to the hour. We've got seven minutes to go on the show. And of course, we want to make sure that we give you all of the information about our movies. Now, those of you who are watching, first off, I want to say a hello to each and every one of you who are watching us where we're coming from on Facebook. And it's never too late to give your weather forecast too, that's for sure. Okay, we'll read that off if you're out there. But we thank you so much for being there for us. Okay, we're going to talk about those movies, all of those great movies that you enjoy, all right? I enjoy them, you enjoy them, we all enjoy them. Now this weekend, we're in the middle of Black History Month still, all right? And this weekend, there will be still more movies, more Black festivities, places people go to, museums, and they study up and they look around and they go back and check out the heritage. That's what Black History Month is all about. However, I don't think you should count on just using 1 month for that. You should be an all year round thing, right? But we've got movies, and I'll tell you about that. First off, we're going to go back to 1967. Here's a great movie that goes back to 1967, starring Barbara Parkins, Patty Duke, and Sharon Tate. And it's called The Valley of the Dolls. That's a classic movie that comes on Turner Classic Movie, and that comes on Saturday at 2:15 a.m. Eastern. So if you're not up that late, if you're not an all-nighter, you want to go to sleep, please at least DVR it and watch it at a convenient time for you. That's The Valley of the Dolls. Now, since we're into Black History Month, all the rest of the movies I'm about to talk about now, it's all Sidney Poitier movies. And of course, you already know we lost him. Fine actor, Here are some great movies that you enjoy. Here we go with The Heat of the Night back in 1967. Sidney Poitier along with Rod Steiger. That was the guy that played Al Capone. It's on Turner Classic Movie, and it's Saturday. That's tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. After that, and these, by the way, movies, I'm reciting all of these movies, they come on one after the other, all right? So after that, there's The Defiant Ones in 1958 with Sidney Poitier and Tony Curtis. And that's also on Saturday, and that's on Turner Classic Movies at 10 p.m. Eastern. We have Edge of the City, and we're going into a new day, by the way. This is Edge of the City on Sunday in 1957, Sidney Poitier with John Cassavetes and Jack Walden. And that's on Turner Classic Movies Sunday morning at 8:15 a.m. Eastern. Okay, Edge of the City. Now here's a movie that I talked about a lot. You hear me talk about it a lot. They don't show it on the screens a lot, but here's your chance to see it. A Sidney Poitier movie back in 1950 called No Way Out. Sidney Poitier plays a doctor, and he engages, and he's caught up in this racial situation that prevents him, or they want to prevent him from doing his job, but he saves lives anyway. Anyway, that's called No Way Out, 1950, Sidney Poitier and Richard Widmark, and that's Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern, right there on Turner Classic Movies. Following that, we have Blackboard Jungle back in 1955, Sidney Poitier along with Vic Morrow, and that's on Sunday. That comes on 12 noon, high noon, 12 p.m. Sunday, Eastern. Everything is Eastern here. Oh, here's another one of my favorites, To Sir with Love back in 1967. Sidney Poitier, of course. Sunday, that's at 2 p.m. Eastern, and that's on Turner Classic Movie. And following that, we have Lilies of the Field back in 1963, and that's Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Following that, Patch of Blue, 1965 with Sidney Poitier along with the late Elizabeth Hartman, and that's Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And those are all of the Sidney Poitier movies that are available for that weekend. Now, following that, there's this is not a Sidney Poitier movie, but this is a Martin Luther King movie called Selma. You've probably seen it. It was done in 2014, and it's a great movie. I saw it not too long ago, and it's on Turner Classic Movies, and that's on at 8 p.m. That's following The Patch of Blue, 8 p.m. Eastern, right there on Turner Classic Movies. Now, all of those movies are there. Those are my picks of the week for Turner Classic Movie. All right. Now, they may be more that you may like. So all you have to do is go to Turner Classic Movies, scroll down the information, find out through the program guide. There are more. You say, oh, I found one. He didn't mention that. I didn't pick it. But doesn't mean it's not good. It's just that it was my pick. A lot of great movies. Check it out. If you are a sports person like I am, you want to see, you miss some of your favorite events in real time, depending on what network is on, go to the networks and check it out. Go to that network that event was on and check it out. It may be right there. I like wrestling, and if I miss a wrestling event, of course, I'm going to find it right there. Also, you can go on Movie on Demand. They have a lot of movies dating back from the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and so forth and so on. And it's movies that probably jog your memory, movies you probably haven't seen in years. You may find something there. All right, so check that out. It's Turner Classic Movies right there. All right, so let me repeat those movies that I told you about. Once again, I'm going to do it right quick because we're running out of time. The Valley of the Dolls, that comes on Saturday night. With Barbara Parkins, Patty Duke, and Sharon Tate. That's Saturday at 2:15 p.m. You have The Heat of the Night. In the Heat of the Night, that's Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Defiant Ones at 10 p.m. Eastern. Edge of the City at 8:15 Eastern. That's Eastern. That's 8 a.m. Right? No Way Out, Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Blackboard Jungle at 12 noon Eastern. To Sir with Love, that's at 2 p.m. Eastern. Lily of the Fields, that's Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Patch of Blue, that's Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And of course you have Selma, that's at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's going to do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being along with us. We really appreciate it. I am going to take off for the weekend because the weekend starts for me right now. But I want to thank you for being along with us. I am going to be back next week with Brian Camp and DJ Pete, the 2020 feature and the wonderful world of sports and information of notoriety of people who work in the music industry and all those things. That'll be here. Other than that, too, I will be here again next Thursday for Talk Back Live. Brian Camp will be with me with sports, and we'll have a whole lot of fun. You guys have a great day, a great weekend, and I'll see you back here. Take care of yourself.